Hi everyone, welcome to our second month of Having Fun Making Jewelry collaboration. On the 18th of every month we will be posting jewelry makes, and this month our color scheme, we have a color scheme each month, is greens, just any color of greens. And the two optional challenges, the first one is, let me see, use gold findings, and the second one is St. Patrick's Day or luck themed. So I sort of did the luck theme St. Patrick's Day. I did on one thing for sure, but not necessarily everything. So let me show you what I made. I have been wanting to make something in African turquoise, which is actually a jasper. So the first thing that I made was this necklace. I believe it's a 22-inch long. It's not adjustable because it's got a toggle clasp here, which is showing backwards here. Anyway, it's got these two eternity links, and they're kind of Celtic, or however you say it properly. And so I thought that's sort of like the luck of the Irish, right? I'm stretching it, I know. But it is green. It's a green turquoise. It's called African turquoise. It's actually jasper, like I said, but they call it African turquoise. Now, the first time I ever bought this, which I think might have been these beads, was at a bead show. Rings and Things is an online store, but years ago they used to do nationwide bead shows, and they came to my area, well, about 40 minutes away or so, once a year. So I always tried to make sure. It might have even been twice a year back then. But then sorry about that, then the owner died and they changed it to just online, so they're still around. Rings and Things. That's where I got these African jasper beads. Now I have other ones since then, and I learned, because I was new, you know, at the time, oh, well, they're not really turquoise, they're jasper, but they're kept in my turquoise. I have a separate turquoise for like green turquoises and stuff. Bin, I mean. Anyway, so I use those, and then these are actually check glass. They're Druk beads in 4mm, the dark green ones, and emerald. And when I was making this, I thought they were like a coating on them that was sort of opaque, but when I hold them up to the light, you actually can, you can't see through them there, but you can kind of see through them. But so I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Because the whole time I was making it, my lighting's not the best, you know, and even though I had magnifier, like this one here right now is showing a little bit translucent. Anyway, I did not wire wrap this time. I just did basic loops on this all the way. So they're links. I made a chain. I made bead links and hooked them all together just with the regular loops. The reason I did that, I know it's less secure, but I did use 20 gauge wire. It should be okay unless it really gets pulled hard. And even then it would probably pop open, but not, I don't think your beads would fall off unless, I don't know. So anyway, it's pretty strong. But I did that because I didn't want to add any more length to each link, more than just the loop. So there are design reasons why you do stuff. Now this chain and these bumpy beads, which I used up, these bumpy beads were in a gold-plated copper kit that I got from jewelrymaker.com, which is a UK company. And I'm really careful to make sure when I do my loops or even my wrap loops that there's no sharp things. So I was feeling down this and I thought, man, something feels sharp. Some of these beads are a little sharp, and I'm afraid to file them for fear I'll like this one I just caught my finger on. Anyway, for fear I'll file the plating off. And then this toggle clasp I've had in my stash since 2014. I have a couple more of them left. I love it. I love the pattern on it. It's a square or diamond, whichever. So that's the necklace. Really pretty. And I love these links. And I was thinking, my original plan and I guess you could still do that, is, but then you're hiding the pretty beads, is turn it this way and make it into a lariat necklace with a, like the clasp would come down, but it would have dangly stuff off of it. I might do that another day. So that's another idea. So that's the necklace. And then I made a bracelet to go with it. And I started it like 3 times. The first time I was going to make it be a bead strung bracelet, just putting crimps here and then stringing beads. But these beads are kind of on the heavy side, and I was feeling like it wasn't strong enough, you know. So I took it apart, and then I had a single piece of wire, and I was thinking, oh, I can just form the wire with the beads on it, because I wanted the focal point to be this eternity link thing in the front. Well, that wasn't working for me either. I just didn't like the way it fit and laid and everything. So then I ended up doing bead links again, and I'm not sure I'm 100% happy with this either. But I didn't have any more of these bumpy beads. I actually had 2 more, but I used them in earrings. So I found these Stardust gold tone. I don't even know if they're plated, but yeah, and I did wire wrap these beads on. But well, originally I was going to do another toggle clasp, but it made it too long. It's already a 7 3/4 inch bracelet, and that was with eliminating some beads, and I didn't want to eliminate anymore. So the only other thing I could think to do is I could have made these a little bit smaller links, and just use some of the small beads, something like this, but with the Stardust beads in between. Yeah, I don't know. I figured, well, you know what, I'll just do the Lobster Clasp, and it can hook right on to that last wire link, because I made the loop big enough that the Lobster Clasp can go through. I do have this hooked on with a jump ring, and this is hooked on with jump rings, because otherwise it doesn't lay right on your wrist. So it'll lay like that and then go around. So it's okay. It's not my best piece of work. And then I made a bunch of earrings. So the ones that go with the necklace and bracelet are these 2. Now, I did not make these ear wires, and I just want to show you something. I checked really carefully to make sure that these spirals are the same length, because I've gotten some in packs and they're like, one will be real short and one will be real long. Well, that messes up the length of you know, how your earrings fit in your ear and the length of your earrings and stuff. But what I didn't notice is, I don't know if you can see this, and it's bugging me. I might have to redo these too. Somehow cut this and make that loop. Look at the size of the loops. Can you see that? This one, oops, this one is much bigger than this one. And that's on the ear wires that were pre-bought, and I didn't notice it. Now, that amazingly did not impact the length of the earring for some reason. But these I did like the necklace. I have that chain link there, and then instead of having another green on the bottom here, I just have a ball head pin on, because I didn't like the way it looked with the second green on the bottom in the case of the earrings. And I did not wire wrap these. They're just linked together like the necklace is. And then this, I used the Eternity link. I had 2 more after doing the necklace and the bracelet, and I just linked that. Now, that I did have to use a jump ring at the bottom so that the stone would lay the right direction. But up here I just linked it right onto the head pin. And you know what, those loops are the same, but these are actually longer a little bit than the other ones, just like 2 spirals. It's just so weird. Quality control, right? Those were in a kit also from jewelrymaker.com. And then I did use the check glass drukes again, and these are wire wrapped on anti-tarnish brass artistic wire 20 gauge. Okay, and then these, I actually made my own ear wires because I have some other earring findings in gold, but I didn't like the way they looked with these, so I just made little basic ear wires, and I will show you how to do that sometime, not on this video. I don't want to make this too long. And I have these, they call them heart crosses, but I call them shamrocks or four-leaf clovers. These are from Oriental Trading, if you've ever shopped with them, as are these green crystal bicones. The check glass drukes are from Fire Mountain Gems and Beads. And the artistic wire, I think I bought years ago on Jewelry Television as a big set of wire. And I'm still working through it. So that's those. And then the last ones, there used to be a company, it was online only, but it was actually about an hour away from me, and I used to buy from them frequently. They were called EE Beads. They got bought out. Some company bought them and moved the whole thing to Texas. And I honestly, I don't know if they're still around. They changed their name a couple times, and now I can't remember what the last one was. Anyway, these clover, these are check pressed glass beads. Also, these Stardust beads I've been showing you, they came from dollarbead.com. Not Dollar Bead Box, but dollarbead.com. And then no, I'm sorry, this was ball head pins out of that kit from Jewelry Maker. And again, I made my own earring ear wires. Just cute little shamrocks. Not four-leaf clover, but shamrocks. And that's it. I made 4 pair of earrings, a bracelet, and a necklace in greens. I had picked some other beads out, just pretty glass beads, and also some tree agate I was going to make something with, but I ran out of time. You know, I got so much going on this every month now that I don't have time to keep going. But it's a good thing that I'm getting into it, but every time it takes me, I really have to, okay, let's just start pulling out all my green beads and see what I have and playing around with them, and then finally ideas come. And if it doesn't, sometimes I go back and look through some of my books or go online and just search for, well, I didn't really go online this time, but if I need to brush up on a technique, like I was thinking of doing a certain technique I didn't do, I might go online and look for that technique. But I just went through my very beginning beader book that my daughter gave me and glanced through it to get inspiration. And they did have some chain necklaces in there, and I've done this before though, but you know, you've seen me do it. But I thought, well, alright, let me dig my green beads out, and then I just started playing with the beads, and then it came together. So that's what happened. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry for the glare, and I know it's sort of dark here, but yeah, so that is my February contribution to having fun making jewelry. And I did have fun making this once I got going. I spent all day minus a lunch break making jewelry. And but the bracelet took me, well, this takes a while. It's not hard, it just takes a while to make all the little loops. And I don't use, there's a tool called the one-step looper. I don't use that. I don't feel like it brings the loop down close enough to the bead. But I do use a plier that has a straight, it has 6 straight, what do you call them? Loop shapes, sizes. Because my round nose pliers, you know, they're angled, and I wanted to make sure my loops were consistent. So I did use that. And then on this one, I did wire wrap, and I still used that looping plier to make sure I had consistency. Oops, I have a jump ring here that tried to escape. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a tutorial going back to bead park beads soon. And you know I owe it to you, and it will be, seemed like everybody wanted wire wrapping, but I have differences on whether it's a bracelet or a certain style necklace I said I might do. I think I'm going to do the necklace first because I want to do the necklace. So that should be coming, I I'm gonna sometime by next week. I can't promise this week because I hope to, but I don't know. I have some other things I have to get done first before I can go back to that. So it'll probably be over the weekend that I'll have to work on it. So sometime next week there will be a third video for Bead Park, and it will be wire wrapping like this and or loops. Now, just saying that, I do have a video tutorial on how to do loops and wire wraps. It's old, it's like 2017, it's not the best quality, but it's out there, and actually you can see what I'm doing in the video most of the time. So if you're interested in that, just look up, search my channel for VT00, and then there's 6 videos, VT001 through 006. They're all the video tutorials I have out there for jewelry making, if you're interested, and I'll try and add to that soon. Alright guys, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you Tuesday night. Tomorrow, nope, today's Monday, so I'll talk to you Tuesday night, the 18th. Bye for now. Hugs, love, and peace.